You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. 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 I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. I just need to. I just need to clear my head. Can't focus. You know everything about me. 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 You know everything about me.
All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again? All the lies that you told, did you believe in them? Again, 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 again. You make them again.
choices you made, would you make them again?
Would you make them again? All the choices you made, would you make them again, 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 again?
You just walk right out the door. Don't wanna do this anymore. Now I'm lost without you. You drive me crazy out my mind. How'd you do this every time? Now I'm lost without you. Used to be the one I talk to when I'm sad. Can't you see now tainted love is all we have? Our issues run so deep, now when I try to sleep I feel so bad. I should leave, and by the time it's done I'll be
Hey, I'm Danielle. I'm a cosplayer, streamer, AV tech, and a massive Destiny fan. I'm going to check out how Destiny 2 runs on the Nitro 5. Look at this. Look, bring the camera in. Look at this. This is running Destiny at highest. It's still hitting 60 frames per second. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I don't believe it. I cannot fathom that this thing has that much grunt in such a tiny form factor. And there's so much going on the screen at the same time, like particle effects and stuff. And I can barely hear the fans too. If I had headphones on while I was gaming, you wouldn't even hear it. I like this thing. Can I take this? Will you guys mind if I take this? Like actually, hold on. Is this plugged in? This way, smooth, get away. It's fine.
And welcome back to the 2022 Australian Esports University League Season 2 of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm spudoom, and of course we are in for some really big matches tonight because this, of course, is the lower bracket finals. That's right, the lower bracket finals, which determines the third place and whoever actually wins, making it to the grand finals. For those of you who haven't been with us or haven't forgot the tournament structure, of course, we've been playing through a group stage followed by a series of playoffs where the top 2 from each group go into the playoffs. The playoffs, of course, is a double elimination, and this is the lower bracket. These teams facing each other tonight have both suffered a defeat, which means this is their very last opportunity. Of course, last opportunities aside, there is also a second opportunity for one of these teams to make it back to that grand final. We will be seeing, of course, Swinburne's Swinister versus UTS's selloUTS taking it all the way today on a best of 3 match. Of course, Swinburne last week did fall short to RMIT Black. For those of you who missed it, it was 2 very exciting matches. Both went to 8-6, ultimately in RMIT Black's favour. But Swinburne now face a second opportunity. For selloUTS, however, if we take a look at the brackets, we can see their journey and how that has played out. Of course, they did win against UOW Diamond Dugongs early in the first round, but ultimately they fell to RMIT Black as well. So RMIT Black has already taken out both of these teams. And then, of course, through the lower bracket, UTS did manage to take out Uni Melb and then the Diamond Dugongs a second time, which means they now find themselves facing Swinburne's Swinister once again. Now, the thing about this is Swinister are runner-ups. They have made it to the grand finals last year in a very similar fashion where they were in the upper brackets and then they fell out in the very upper bracket finals and then they ultimately went back to the grand finals. So, UTS have a difficult road ahead of them. This is certainly the last stop for one of these teams. And of course, they're fighting for not just the grand finals, but a bit of money as well. The first place winner will take away $1,600. Second place team gets $500, and third place walks away with $200. But certainly, $200 isn't quite enough. You're going to aim for those big numbers, and both these teams will be aiming for big numbers tonight. Of course, none of this would be possible if it weren't for our sponsors. We have to thank them once again for sponsoring and making this all possible. We're sponsored by Predator, the gaming PC partner, AOC Monitors, the monitor partner, and RIG, the headset partner. So a big shout out to them and a big thank you. So now that we've talked about who's playing, it's time to talk about where we're playing. We are, of course, going to Oregon, Villa, and Clubhouse. Swinister picked Oregon, Villa was chosen by selloUTS, and finally Clubhouse ended up as the decider. Now, for those of you who play Rainbow Six Siege, and those of you who even watch it will know that these 3 maps are very much staples. Everyone knows how to play these, and especially in OCE Siege, this is, OCE.meta. Everyone plays it all the time. So, no better map is really the best Siege than Oregon. And of course, Villa, and if we make it all the way there to Clubhouse. But we start off with Oregon, Swinister starting out on the attack first. selloUTS get to start on the defense. selloUTS starting off their ban phase with a Jackal ban. Again, a very standard, stock standard type of ban. Nothing too surprising here, to be honest. But I would have liked to seen a bit of maybe creativity. OSA definitely is one of those bans. There's so many long angles, especially when we're talking about the stage sight that OSA can cut off. You've also got outside double window, outside the master bedroom balcony. Those are big places for OSA to make lots of work. So taking that off, as well as his army, certainly cuts down the places that players get to hide behind. You're going to have to be taking those fights head to head. selloUTS will finish off with a mirror, a nice ban there, lots of intel denied as well. This does notably leave up options like the Valkyrie, the Thatcher is still on board, and of course the Kaid. So we'll see how all this plays out once we head into our first round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Start off on the second floor site. That is the usual primary site, if not the basement, for most of our teams. So, no surprises there. A well-rounded lineup here coming out from the defense. You've got the Ute to keep some of those walls shut. You're not going to be too concerned about it now that there is Thatcher available. So, you're going to want to at least deny some of that intel as well. Well, and Jaeger being brought here, so lots of utility denial. It's going to mean I'm going to predict they're going to be anchoring hard on some of these power positions. And of course, a Frost to stop some of those jump-ins, and the Alibi, a classic for any team nowadays, really kind of the star fragger type of role. Question, of course, will be where those shields end up going. 2 frost mats, in fact, in Attic. I hope someone falls into that. No bias here, but I just like seeing frost mat kills. The Swinister now making their start. They, of course, have played very, very well last game as well, so I expect nothing less from them. Some big names here as well. Peepo from Fury and Goof from Surf Esports, but Darren will be the first to find a kill onto Squirrels. They're not getting away unscathed this time. She does get caught out in the basement, and that's going to reduce at least a set of frag grenades and stop a lurker from hitting sellouts when they least expect it.
Increasing our defenses. Magnet ready.
Just now looking to make some space for his team. Ross will actually open things up with a team kill onto the Mai. A little bit concerned whether those magnets have gone out yet and whether they'll be enough to protect the shield sitting in this trophy area. Of course, the point of contention will now be that master bedroom. A bit of EMP denial coming in as well to enable them to start opening that wall. Ross will be forced to fall back after that Sophia grenade comes through, and now this wall will be made short work of as the trophy site is seeded. One player in Attic and distance knows this, is looking for that kill but can't find it. Christian is looking for one of his own, playing close to that closet wall. Ross as well looking for the swing here. Information denial has slowed down some of the Swinister, but so far they are making good progress. They've still got over a minute for this execute, and they're putting a lot of pressure onto the site players. Will find Kai, and that's a second kill now. Player advantage in favor. Grizz and Distance each find a kill each, but Gift is already up the white stairs. He's looking down this cross angle. Darren is behind him, but he's just not fast enough. Gift makes a name for himself, and Rico is able to swing in with that lack of cover from white stairs. He is able to find that last kill for the first round for Swinister. Little bit unfortunate there with the team kill. I think some of that utility could have certainly helped keep that trophy player alive for a lot longer, and that I think was a key part of the hold there. Once they were forced to fall back, it all started falling apart. Having trophy control meant that they could pressure the Attic position. They could start working that pinch into the games area, sorry, and the players in that near that double window area were a bit locked out as well. So certainly could have held onto it a little bit better. Also, it was rather unfortunate that Darren from IT was caught out by a Goof. Could have been a big flank, but certainly I would expect there to be good flank watch in place, and certainly position given away against Goof. Yeah, there's really not much at that point.
5 seconds to go.
Back to the second floor site with a very similar setup again. I think we might be seeing somebody hiding in Armory this time, just to stall out that attack from Swinister a little bit more. And I think this is a good idea, given that Swinister did take this Armory fairly early on. Ross will actually fall back early once again, but he's still got this position at Highway, and that window isn't being pressured, so he can certainly still work with it. Squirrels now has changed up his choice of operator, going for Blackbeard, maybe a little bit more passive style. But Distance starting off the spearhead from this Armory window. He's got to be careful with that bolt in, because he knows they will hear that swing in, and at the wrong time could get caught. But he will use the sound of his concussion grenade to mask his entry, and he makes it in so far unscathed. Looking for this pick now, but he does fall through the hatch. I don't think he actually knew about Darren hiding in that Highway window, which means Darren does survive. Oh, sorry, not Darren. It was, that's right, Ross Baylor. So I think he will survive for now, but not for long. I spoke too soon. Distance takes that kill. And with that, Seeds trophy control. Beans as well loses her life. Distance looking for a third here, and trophy control, it was a key point of contention last time. And with it gone so soon, and so has Darren, I'm really a bit worried here. Kai is the last one alive. It's a 1v5. He will be able to stop the Flawless, but he's in a difficult position. He does almost find one, but distance closes things out as well. In the second round for Swinister. We're seeing a lot of pressure coming out from Swinister on this trophy position, coming in from Armory and also across the balcony. And it's just unfortunate that Ross didn't have the support he needed at that point in time. There was one player in Attic, but I think one in Attic and a second one in Trophy, but unfortunately they weren't able to get the swing, and sometimes you lose those fights against players like Distance. Certainly he's going the distance 4-1 right now, putting in a lot of work leading the charge. So Swinister will take a second round on the second floor, and selloUTS, I think, have made a good decision here, rotating onto the basement. You don't want to make a repeat of that over and over again. Kai might be able to find someone with these Kapkan mines if Swinister are not careful. These double doors are prime real estate for Kapkan mines. He's going to stack 2 there and probably play around them, looking for that extra bit of information coming in. Elbow setup as well. So very standard stuff, but it does look to be a little like... Okay, no, it is a big tower approach. Ross looking to do make a challenge early, but I think the drone has spotted him and he might be forced to fall back. He could rotate Epo into sight, but he does at least find distance for his troubles. He catches a drone on the way out. This is a good start. Really needed to find that early kill. And with that, selloUTS are a player ahead. Approach is centered mainly on this big tower at the moment. My question is where they will choose after this. Will it be, I think, yeah, it looks like probably a meeting hatch drop, but without the extra pressure from bunkers, it might be a little bit difficult. So I want to see if they choose to send anyone elsewhere. We did see someone at the very front door early on, but I believe they have rotated over by now. So yeah, if selloUTS can kind of read into how this is going to play, they might be able to catch Swinister on this drop. They certainly have plenty of time though, half of the round to go. That pillar position has been droned out. Grenade goes through but doesn't quite land. In fact, they're gonna try to come out big tower. However, that air jet does give away their position. Ross, however, finds a second on to give a much needed kill here. However, Beans finds Squirrels as well, and Darren finds one of his own. Leaves just Rico all by himself. He's in a world of hurt right now. He's been shot by fire. He's poisoned as well. He can't really move much at all. This is certainly a much better defense coming out from selloUTS. They caught that drop from Swinister, which I think I'm a bit surprised. Was a little bit premature, I think. They did have a lot of time to work with, and they could have applied a little bit more pressure, especially from this bunker side. But they will choose to stick it. Christian just unfortunately misses that shot. Beans gets tagged up as well, but now his position's been given away. A C4 could potentially catch him, but Chris is going to wait for that late play. 2v1 now, it's certainly still very winnable, and with Beans potentially looking the wrong way, this could go poorly. This is now a time to avoid taking those one-to-one fights, but it will be the Kapkan mine from the grave. Alright, yeah. 3 stacked up for the guaranteed kill. Yeah, fair enough, Rico. Fair enough. Really cutting it a little bit close there, and I have to applaud Swinburne for their attempts at the very end. Despite being a significant number of players down, they were still able to find those trades and drop it into a 1v3. Now 1v3 obviously is still a very dangerous position, but the fact that they were able to then bring it to 1v1 is huge. At a 1v1 it's 50-50 at that point, and really I think Swinister played that very, very well. Bit of unfortunate tomfoolery from some of the selloUTS players as well, missing a couple of shots. Certainly didn't help, but you know, at the end of the day, they got the job done. The Cat 10 Mines did do their intended job, and of course that does show the power of the Cat 10. When you least expect it, when you have your gun up looking elsewhere, that is when you get caught out. And certainly selloUTS were able to catch them out. Back to the second floor though. This is a dangerous game for selloUTS to be playing, given that there were two fairly convincing rounds from Swinister. Perhaps a tertiary site could have been in play here before going back to the second floor, but they will stick it with a similar lineup as well. For Swinister though, they will be approaching it much the same. They're going to start from the master bedroom, they're going to take the armory and trophy side, and then work their way there. No pressure from big window or attic. But it doesn't seem to matter. They are very good, efficient at this take. Squirrel's first to find a kill onto Beans this time, but Darren will get the trade back from Attic. That is a good refrag. Good communication there meant that not much advantage was able to be built up. Work this wall now.
Disabling electronics.
Into Trophy, into Master Bedroom they go, and Trophy has been seeded as well. This just leaves the Attic as that cross position, because of course now that the game's wall is open, it's going to be a lot more difficult to hold that crossfire. Riku now looking for that pick. Looking for the Attic player as well, but ADSs do deny some of this utility. It's going to be leading the charge here. Or it might even be distance. So far, it seems this attack has been a little bit more stalled out. Ross Valo, in the meantime, will find one. Rico, however, will get him as he tries to get through that closet wall. So, this time being, you know, taken by Swinister seems to be working in selloUTS' favor. It stalled the momentum, and Darren certainly has stalled distance as well. So now the player advantage back in selloUTS, and with that kill onto Goof, one more to go. Rico, he's on low health now. He has down one at least, though. He knows he's got two to find. But he's got 1 minute to do it. That's a lot of time. He can take this slow. Swinister, selloUTS, on the other hand, might want to force his hand early. That being said, taking it slow, making sure you don't give anything away for free, also is a good strategy here. And both these sides, I think, are doing just that. Looking for any opportunity. If he can find one, then it comes into a 1v1, and then things will change. Go now. Makes his way in. His position given away, and then a crossfire set up perfectly by the remaining two players. Very difficult start for selloUTS, but they have brought it back.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We do finally see our tertiary site now. It will be the meeting kitchen site. Now, of course, OSA is a very powerful operator on this site, and Swinister have opted to remove that from their arsenal. So, we're going to have a little bit more difficulty holding some of these long angles across that meeting hall. There's also going to be presence upstairs as well, coming out from Epo. Sorry, from two defenders upstairs. Of course, there's two walls you need to open here. You need to open the stage wall, and you need to open this attic wall to prevent those players holding the attic hatch. So it's very important. You lose a single thermite charge, and the plans are pretty much ruined. Goof's plan's almost ruined as well. He does get tagged up a little bit, but he does fall back for now. He is aware that there could be C4s being played from beneath, so he's going to look for that player. However, selloutS seem to have been content to fall back. Having done the damage, they're willing to play it safe now and wait for Goof to push up. Having to use all that extra time to clear out this area will certainly stall out Swinister. Stage wall has been opened up, so that's one part of the process completed. I'm not sure though if that was actually left soft deliberately. Beans now looking for a long angle, but will fall back into split to avoid being exposed from this breach and the stair cross as well. So far though, the mid round does once again seem to have stalled out a little bit. Still a bit of time here, and Kai will go down to Squirrels, so that's a good start. But again, Swinister need to move things along. They have seemed to struggle in this mid-round, but I am seeing a lot more progress this time around. Half of the round remaining, and they've got both necessary walls they need. So Darren will be forced to fall back, so Ross looking for a challenge as well, but Chris is going to be the one who finds that kill onto Squirrels. A trade, but a bit late. Distance, however, does manage to take out Ross. Well, almost managed to get away with his life. Pipo, however, does find Darren from IT. Shotgun go, boom, can't quite find that kill. He does egress back to the top of the stage, and he's looking for a close kill now. Distance is just holding that. Will he go for the pre-fire? Does he? No. They're all just waiting. Chris does go for the swing. He commits to it. Gets one, gets two. He goes upstairs. He's looking for the third. A C4 could possibly catch it, but with the diffuser down, he knows it's time to play it safe. Distance is going to be the one, and Goofed, however, will be the ones to play, but Beans finally finds a kill here. Distance tagged up, does trade some shots back, but not enough to kill. He's sandwiched between two players. He's desperately looking for one, but Beans will find the second of this round. And for once now, selloutS actually in the lead.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Back to our basement as we head into the final round of this half. Of course, selloutS is on 3 rounds, and they would like to take it to 4, but mind you, this is a defender-sided map. We generally consider it defender-sided. It has been approaching 50-50 now, so it's not too much of an advantage, but you do want as much buffer as you want going into that attack. Swinister will be pretty happy if they can get it to 3-3. It's even ground, and then they go onto the kind of more advantageous side. So selloutS have got their work cut out for them.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Elbow setup as usual. Stock standard practice now. With no mirror available, you're not going to be playing that E-box wall, so you're going to use a shield instead. Making the approach from Big Tower once again. I think it's going to be once again a meeting hatch drop. Though I would like to see them perhaps apply a little bit more pressure before starting out. Last time they just didn't have the player count and the positioning in order to make things work. No roam presence at all from selloutS. It does give Swinister a lot more free reign. But with those Nomad air jabs, it could make things a little bit more challenging. So, I'm not sure. On the one hand, it is playing it safe. That's unfortunate, Ross. That is unfortunate. Baited by the drone, Distance finds his head. It's a good start now with that E-box hatch being opened up shortly. Things are going fairly well for Swinister. They've still got over half of the round to make this work. Although, admittedly, not as much map control as perhaps you would like. Falling back now from that elbow position, they've repositioned the shield so it does face this E-box drop. Distance, however, finds a second kill, and that's from the back stairs, a third as well onto Chris, and suddenly this is all falling apart. A pistol kill as well onto Kai, and almost an ace, but it will be a flawless there as Swinburne take it 3-3. I think the lack of roam presence did hamper sellout's there a little bit. Swinister were more than happy to just take the territory and play with all the time they wanted. The Nomad air jabs, sure, could have stopped your roam, but I think if they had started out upstairs and at least forced Swinister to take their time in clearing that out, it certainly could have gone a lot better. We have seen Swinister struggle with that mid-round, and it is something that we've noted previously as well, so sellout's could have pressed that to their advantage a little bit more. Having said that though, Swinister well played from them. They only took minimal map control and were able to brute force into sight, so that is definitely something you like to see. They will start onto their defense now. Round 7 it is, with the basement as their first sight. Goofed on the alibi, expect him to be putting up big damage here. Here's of course very much the roamer. One thing we did note from last week is that he is a solo roamer, so if sellout's going to be into this, they could potentially cut him off and cut off any support. If they don't read that right though, he could just run rampant and they wouldn't even have gotten inside yet. Looking for this big tower entry as well. Both teams are making the same approach. Only difference is, of course, Goofed up by himself on that second floor. He will tag up Ross Bolo, looking on his Yana clone. Ross, I think, has gotten the better of it and fallen back. But that could have been very, very dangerous. Again, despite Darren's drone being shot, I'm surprised that they did not read into the fact that there was someone upstairs. Well, Goofed has fallen back now. A minute to go. A minute used up. And I think sellouts are more than happy just to ignore him at this point. So, no real damage done, but no real damage taken either from either side, bar maybe 40 health from Ross. Goofed, however, making his way up the stairs. He's looking for a pick early on here. Looks just the wrong way, and that air jab might actually cut his rotate back. Looks for the Yana, but Yana's looking the wrong way. Goofed finds the first pick of our round. Things seem to have slowed down once again. For sellouts as well. They've got the air jabs up, and they're finally working this hatch, but there's about a minute left to go, and they still haven't cleared any of this utility on site. Goofed and Malusi now. Distance. Looking to make a play here. They're going to go into that meeting room and potentially look for a kill. They do get a drone and fall back briefly, but Chris is going to get caught on the crossfire. Squirrels finds one in a second. However, for Rico, Goofed finishes things off upstairs, taking out Bliss. And with that, brings a round to their advantage. It seemed that sellouts did approach a bit of a brute force approach as well. I don't think it worked out so well. They didn't have sufficient cover, and certainly there was still a significant amount of utility in play for Swinister, and that includes the bunker, the elbow shield. They had the Malusi gadgets on the bunker door. It just wasn't a very wise approach. Would have liked to have seen perhaps the thatch grenades used to good effect there. Grenades to clear out the shield, but Seems things were just lost in communication there. Certainly the early pick onto Ross from
10 seconds
Goof
left before insertion.
made things a lot more difficult to get that information and also
5
the
seconds
frag
left before
grenades.
insertion. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Heading onto the second floor site now with a very similar lineup coming out from Swinister. The approach once again will be to send Goof off to do his things, and everyone else will hold on to the site. This time there is a bit of a ping, some location information coming out onto Goof. They do need to catch him off though, and it's not enough just Ross Bowler to challenge him, because as we saw last time, that did not end very well for him at all. Squirrels will find one onto Beans. We just saw her a moment ago outside the building. And that's going to be another unfortunate kill. The sledge gone off the board. It would have been a set of frag grenades to work from below, but Goof takes out Darren as well. Another key operator here, stopping those rotates with the gridlock stingers. Kai, is going to be in a bit of trouble if Goof swings out, but he will retreat back to the armory stairs. He's done his damage. He's done enough. And more than enough, in fact, with 2 opening picks like that. He's going to look for more. Of course he will. But he's just going to hold tight for now. It can be difficult now for sellouts. They do need to put some utility up that breach wall. But Goof is faster. Pipo finds one. Chris at least gets a trade back. But for all that, for a single player, at least Rico has been taken out as well by Ross in the background. So they've got an armory control now. They still need to, and trophy control, sorry. They still need to worry about this closet wall. I'm not sure what the situation with those mute jammers are, but if they don't get that open, it's going to be a lot more difficult to take the site. Yep, mute jam is in play. No grenade coming out from below means that, well, the wall's going to remain firmly shut. I think Ross is indeed rotating over now. He's got plenty of time to do it. Does he get the mute jammers? He does not. The grenade has missed. It has missed. Now they are certainly in a world of hurt. Locked out of sight now with a single point of entry. It's going to be death. There is no doubt about it. That cross is going to be held so tightly. At least now the wall will finally be opened because he does get an alternative angle to work. But there is one player close on that wall. I don't know if he knows. Shots certainly haven't given him away, but his shots will. Pipo forced to watch that wall behind her. Won't be able to turn around and get her. The Squirrels does get taken down. Now, Pipo now holding for this angle. She sees a push in. She does get Ross. And the second on a 180. Chris going for that kill. For that plant, sorry. Won't be able to react in time. Another round for Swinister, and they put themselves 2 rounds up. They are now at 5-3.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Really solid defense coming out from Swinister here. They're not being over aggressive. They're not peeking things they don't need to. And they've got a really, really nice setup holding it with the crosses. They're certainly very patient as well. They're more than happy to wait for sellouts to come to them. And that is something that, you know, I do like to see. A lot of the time we see, I'm not going to say ranked stars, but players of that sort of caliber like to just swing things and try to kill it. Doesn't always work though against a coordinated team. sellouts so far have shown that they are a coordinated team. They do know what they're doing. So, Swinister are playing this very, very well. Being very careful about how they approach. And it's worked out. They are now 5-3 up.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
sellouts might need to worry about the spawn peaks. They do seem to be losing a significant number of players early on to unfortunate incidents. Would certainly help if they had that little bit of extra utility, extra player to buffer things out. So if they can keep themselves alive at least well into the first half of the round, I think they certainly stand a better chance in terms of making progress. Squirrels will be the first to find a kill on Takai. That's a Nomad gone. With no more roam denial, it's going to mean that sellouts will have to worry about their flanks at all times. Swinister, on the other hand, will be able to move around freely, and that basement stairs is going to be a big deal. Same with that green hallway window. That's going to significantly affect their ability to focus on the push. Two players upstairs, Peepo and Goof, will be holding this bedroom area. Distance in the background finds Ross. That's your Sophia gone as well. He's going 10-4. He's having a barn burner of a game at the moment. Walltrix coming out now, is finally able to open up the wall. Not too much trouble there. Except for losing that drone. That's a little bit unfortunate. They do need to worry about this player upstairs though. They know there's at least one. And distance certainly is going to challenge from highway window as well. That's three players that sellouts have to contend with just from upstairs, not to mention possible flank coming out from below. This is very, very dangerous indeed for sellouts. Flank drone at least will stop the basement flank coming out, and Darren has got a cross on any player returning from that second floor. Goofed, however, and Squirrels will find a kill, and now it's all up to Beans. Left alone in that big tower. Does at least land a nice shot onto the bean of Goof, but that's still 4 players left to find. 40 seconds to go, 10 seconds each. Kill, sure. If you were like an amazing superstar pro league player who, I don't know, has hacked something. Difficult position to be in. Okay, a bit of a team damage here, but I don't think Beans is going to find much freebies here. We'll go for that kitchen drop, and is actually uncontested. Players are rapidly rotating now. Rico does get taken down, but with that, her position has been given away. 10 seconds now. A second as the bait plant is found. Squirrels, unfortunately, loses a life, and suddenly it's a 1v1. Peepo is left all alone, is forced to push through green door. Will Beans find her in time? She does! Beans with an ace 1v4 clutch. No, 1v5 clutch, sorry. Will bring things back. Another round for UTS. Well, as they say, it's never really over until it's truly over. I was doubting her ability early on at the start, but hey, I apologize for that. Certainly, she could still get the job done. That was really well played, reading into the heavy presence that was being placed on that stage area. The last thing they'd expect is for the remaining players to rotate away completely, and Beans did just that. Swinister, on the other hand, were very, very slow to react. They did not have the information there. And even with the kill onto Rico, they responded so slowly. They pushed through the whole one by one, and then especially that hatch. I'm not sure where Squirrels was looking. He may have just been looking a little too high there. It's really well played there, and ultimately it fell to a 1v1. In that case, anything is possible. And sellouts showed us that anything is indeed winnable. Back to the basement now. Sellouts are trailing Swinister by a single round. Swinister, however, looking for that match point. They want to put the pressure back onto sellouts. But certainly with that last round, the mental momentum will be in favor of sellouts. That's an amazing round to win. And Swinister need to find some way to claw things back. I don't have any doubt, of course, that they can do it. They have proven themselves to be a very, very capable team. But it really will come down to who finds this opening pick, and in what fashion. Goof looking for this long angle, but Darren from IT will be the first to fall to distance. A Barner taken off the board is big. You're going to lose the ability to open any of these hatches. And this kitchen wall as well, which means the kitchen security position is going to be much, much more difficult to push out. I apologize, there is a second hard breach, sorry. Kriz is available, but it's just not as efficient, and you certainly do want the extra flashbangs and the Type 89 that Epana brings. Ross now pushing up, looking for a kill. It will be Peepo who dies in the background. Ross still trying to find that player, trying to find Goof in that kitchen. Both players being very, very careful, but Goof does have backup at that kitchen hallway. One in security as well. Beans will get taken down in the crossfire. A little bit of collateral. Goof finds Ross as well, trying to cook a grenade, and it's all falling apart. Goof is just ripping through this team. All that's left is Chris, a slither of health, and it looks almost like it could be match point. He's in a world of hurt. There's two players challenging him at the moment, and it will be Goof to find the last one. Almost an ace. He did get 4. It was stolen from him, if you will, from distance. On to match point now for Swinister. They are a single round away from sealing out the first map of our series. This map, of course, is Swinister's pick, so no surprises there that they are very, very solid on it. selloUTS, however, face a difficult prospect, getting to overtime at least. Remember, the points don't count anymore. An overtime loss is still a loss. selloUTS want to at least take this first map. Well, they both want to take this first map, but selloUTS being able to do it on Swinister's map pick would be huge. We head back to the second floor now. This site, I believe, has been played a single time by Swinister, and it was won by Swinister on their defense as well. In the last situation, we saw selloUTS did struggle a little bit to get that wall open, and certainly that ate up the time they had available to gain information. So I would like to see them improve on that. Kai looks to make that change with the addition of the Flores, but the mute jammers could prove to be troublesome. Certainly, they've worked their miracles so far in this match. Both teams making good use of it. Ross Balo pushing up very, very aggressively. He's already all the way up those armory stairs. He just misses a player in trophy, but if Jaeger backs back, they will beat down, and that is it. Peepo does get taken out by an early aggressive play from Ross Balo without much information as well. I hope there was a drone in there, because that could have ended very, very badly. Already into that master bedroom now. They've got the wall open, and this is much, much better timing. The Flores drone still proving a little bit troublesome, but not entirely undoable. Chris finds second onto Rico now, and things are looking up in favor of selloUTS. But Gook here could change all that. He almost finds one. He looks for the second, takes Kai on the rotate, and selloUTS caught looking the complete wrong way. The flank watch is not there. Goof has undone all the work that selloUTS had brought. They were looking in a good position, but now things have fallen back. Beans can't even get that kill onto Goof. He's just too accurate. Chris finds one at least. He's aware that there might be a player flanking him, but he doesn't know where he is. He sees ping at least. Going to challenge, but Goof will be the one to win it out. Sorry, Distance. Once again, stealing the kill away from Goof. He finds a round for Swinister and the map as well, a 7-4 victory. Well, it was going really, really well for selloUTS. They had a good couple of opening rounds at the start. They managed to find 2 to even things out and make it 2-2, and then finally take the lead. But after that, it just wasn't there. Swinister were just too good. They did also make really good time in that last round. I was just talking about how they had learnt from their mistakes, but unfortunately, Goof was able to find the one weak point. The flank watch was able to do so much damage, and just goes to show you cannot let Goof run around like that. Well, with that, it will be a 7-4 victory to Swinister. They do take the first map now, and the second map, of course, will have to wait. We will take a short break, but before we go, Once again, thanking our sponsors, Predator Gaming, our gaming PC partner. Discover your next favorite game. Play over 100 high-quality games with your new Acer and Predator Gaming Windows 11 PC and 1 month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. With new games added all the time, there's always something new to play. So make sure you go check that out, and we will be back shortly.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us.
Hey, I'm Danielle. I'm a cosplayer, streamer, AV tech, and a massive Destiny fan. I'm going to check out how Destiny 2 runs on the Nitro 5. Look at this. Look, bring the camera in. Look at this. This is running Destiny at highest. It's still hitting 60 frames per second. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I don't believe it. I cannot fathom that this thing has that much grunt in such a tiny form factor. And there's so much going on the screen at the same time, like particle effects and stuff. And I can barely hear the fans too. If I had headphones on while I was gaming, you wouldn't even hear it. I like this thing. Can I take this? Will you guys mind if I take this? Like actually, hold on. Is this plugged in? This way, smooth, get away. It's fine.
Welcome back to the lower bracket finals of the 2022 Australian Esports University League Season 2 of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm Spudoom, and we've just seen an amazing map number 1. For those of you who missed it, first of all, how dare you? But second of all, what an amazing game. A great performance from both Swinburne University and UTS from Sydney. Now, of course, Swinburne did go on to win that game at the end 7-4 on Oregon. Really well played by both teams, but ultimately someone has to walk away with the dub, and that was, of course, Swinburne. Speaking of dubs, we have to once again thank our partner, leader in monitor display technology. For more than 50 years, AOC has delivered an exceptional viewing experience to millions of loyal customers worldwide. Today, the company offers a wide selection of stylish monitors for home, office, or gaming. So once again, thank you for making sure we can actually see something on screen. What you're seeing right now, of course, is the second map. It is Villa. selloUTS starting on the attack, as this is selloUTS map pick, sorry. Swinburne actually taking the first step and banning out the Jackal here. Going to make roaming a little more comfortable. Knock will be taken out by UTS, and no surprises that Goof was just doing so much damage, and you certainly don't want her sneaking up through that basement. There is a lot of ground to cover there. Valkyrie will be the second ban coming out. Again, no surprises, lots of cams you could be hiding. And finally, Azami will make her second appearance in the bans today. Mind you, despite this being selloUTS map pick, it is fairly difficult because Swinister have played this before. In fact, they played this last week against RMIT Black. That was a 6-8 loss to them, but still, they managed to get all the way to overtime against RMIT Black, and that is saying something. So selloUTS certainly have their work cut out for them. There's a long road to victory, but there's a road nevertheless. 2 maps is what they need, whereas Swinister just need to take this one to book their spot in the grand finals. Goof making his return to the alibi, no surprises there. And the second floor site, the Aviator Games site, again, no surprises from that as well. Standard setup as well, I just want to see, yep, shield has been placed at top main, ADS just provides support. Rico on the Echo is somewhat a new addition, we didn't see Echo being brought out last time at all. But Goof running around doing Goof things is, to be expected. It's just a matter of how many kills, not if he will get kills. Starting off from this master bedroom side, and so will Goofed. He has an Echo drone as well to support him and some laser gates to slow down the push. Darren making an early aggressive bolt here. This could have been very, very dangerous, but so far he remains in safe positions. Goofed will actually uncharacteristically choose to fall back. I don't know what that's about. I would have expected him to stick around. but he's at least still hunting for those kills. Look for a few pre-fires, but it will be Ross who goes down to Squirrels. Can't quite confirm the kill yet, but certainly a good start. Squirrels unfortunately looks away at just the wrong time. Ross still bleeding out on the ground. Spotted by Goofed. But with Ross back up, they will start to fall back now. That's still a lot of time wasted, a little over a minute, and they're still trading shots back and forth, so damage is still continually being applied. Drone presence has fully dropped off now. That's half of the round gone. I did see some players rotating down below, and they're going to try to make their way up red as well to continue to pressure these players. And of course, Goofed is now on his way to Astro. No surprises there. He's going to continue to be a nuisance. Now, last time we saw the flank watch come out from selloUTS was a bit flimsy, and Goofed did manage to do a lot of damage. So, will he be able to achieve the same thing? Rossbello does find his target. He does get revenge on Squirrels, but it's still 1-1 apiece in terms of kills. Goof now might be a little bit shut off, but Ross knows there's someone downstairs, so both of them are just biding their time. Goof will actually choose to fall back now. He's still looking for a way up. He's going to be going up these Astro stairs. Now, the question is, of course, if the air jab was placed correctly, or at all it has not, and he's managed to get all the way into Trophy. Will get spotted out by the drone at least, so there's that. Ross looks for the kill, but Peepo is sharper. Does take out the low HP. Ross, thanks to Squirrels, early on. 4 players now remain for Swinister, 2 remaining for selloUTS. This is not looking good. They have got the vault wall open. They've got that cross across the middle of the site, and they find Rico uncharacteristically crossing it. But this is still a difficult position to beat. Goof does get taken out on the rotate back, but with that default plant position being held, Peepo just needs to bide her time. No, Dan will actually go for the plant, but I think it's too little too late. Peepo just has to turn around the corner and get that kill. Valiant attempt there, but ultimately not quite enough. And Swinister will take that first round. Good attempt there from Darren. He did open the breach wall and then jump in. He got Rico crossing that breach wall, which I'm really surprised he was there. And certainly there was some good game sense there and good information coming through, knowing that, letting them know that Goofed was on the way back. So he was caught out fairly unprepared. However, of course, with Peepo still around at the top of the main stairs, still able to get back into that study area and challenge. And that, of course, is one of the problems. Even if you go for that default plan, you still need to be concerned about study. With that study wall half open, it peaked all the way even from just in study and not the door. So it is a position of concern, and one that I assume selloUTS would focus more on next time. But for now, it will be to the second floor site. Trophy and Stat will be where they head to. Squirrels underneath with the pulse scanner will be looking for information. So the question will be whether he gets pushed out. Kai will be using the IQ, so I think he will get plenty of abundant information, but certainly Goof will be upstairs trying to stop this laundry walk-in, so he's not alone down there. You know, Squirrels does have a little bit of support. But if they can catch this pulse early, that would open up a lot of avenues. A lot more information would be denied. Goof looking for that early run out, doesn't quite catch anyone. His position is now given away at least. He's going to fall back towards the kitchen site. Maybe support Goofed a little bit. Sorry, the pulse as well. Goof's position has been given away by him shooting the drone, but he's still faster than Ross. Brilliant headshot, and now that presence underneath Astro has been cleared. No more grenades to flush out that Astro desk position. And Goof managed to get all the way back up into the bathroom. This is a very, very advanced position. The jump in is called. Darren finds distance, but Goof has done his damage. He's got 2 kicks. He does find a death there, but Squirrel's quick on the C4 does trade things back. Really, really well played from Swinister. They got the trades, and with Chris down as well, it's all up to the ace. Darren from IT, last time he was able to put in a significant amount of damage, but will it be enough? With IQ still in, the Pulse still in position, looking for information, his position's going to be known. The swing around doesn't quite catch him, and now it's going to be the cross from that triple wall that does catch him in the end. Another round for Swinister. Despite this being sellout's map pick, it is looking more in favour of Swinister, just based on the way they've been playing so far. The control has been in Swinister's favour. They are dictating the pace of the round where their engagements occur. And sellout seem to be playing a reactive game as opposed to actively taking some of these fights. Now, mind you, sometimes it can't be helped. Sometimes you have to drop on someone, but Goof just turns around and domes you. It just happens like that sometimes. But Swinister's certainly playing very, very well. It's very coordinated, and aggression is well placed. They're going for these roams, they're going for these flanks, but they're not being hasty about it. They're not peeking things they don't need to. It's very much working at the weaknesses of sellout's offense, because a lot of the time they are focused on other things when the flank comes out. Well played from Swinister. Goofed is doing his Beth Marley impression. He's got the mirror window hiding strapped. Again, I wonder if this will work. Getting a little overconfident, perhaps. You're only 2 rounds up, Goofed. Maybe this isn't the time. He seems to have missed that Nemo, and based on how well he's been playing, that's okay. He does have some merit to work with. Distance is carefully observing, making sure he's practicing the strategy correctly. Squirrel's actually looking to do some damage, but so far he hasn't quite caught anybody yet. Drones will be key here. If they spot him out, then he could get flanked. He does get pushed out though. Here's the drone. Catches it. And yet, the OSA is in play, but he finds 1 kill. A second for his troubles. Chris goes down, and now Squirrels finally falls, but the damage has been done. Darren on 1/3 of his HP. 2 players already down, and Goofed hasn't even moved from his starting position. Rico does get taken down now. So, evening things back out, but still a lot of ground to cover. No hard breach available at all, which means it's going to be a brute force attempt. I did expect perhaps Chris may be carrying hard breach charges, but I guess we'll never know. So here's the question, will they see Goofed? So far, it doesn't seem he's been spotted. Surely not. Surely. Look at that head glitch, but he's doing something much more insidious. Entry coming out now as push comes in. Darren from IT carrying the diffuser, covered by the smoke. Lucy Gadget will give away his position. Does get taken down, low HP, but does survive the plant. But here we go, the client does not see. The plant goes down as well. The mirror window has worked. Pico closes things out, and that's an unfortunate way to lose. That's 3 flawless rounds there for Swinister. They've managed all three sites without too much trouble. The first one was a little bit shakier. It did come down to 1v1, but these last two rounds certainly
Defenders,
have
protect
been
your
very
bombs from
much
being defused by attackers.
Swinister-sided. Gooft has returned to his usual self. He does bring out the alibi, though. I have to say, right, Mirror hiding behind the mirror window didn't really seem to slow him down that much. He still got 2 kills for his troubles, and he didn't even have to move. If anything, that's efficiency, right? Don't even have to pick up your mouse. You just chill out for a bit, come back in the last 30 seconds, and get your picks.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go.
Introduction of the new dock coming out as well. Hopefully he did bring the bailiff.
Out to locate a bomb and defuse
Got
it.
lots of health to work with. Top main shield setup as usual. And last time this was where things fell apart for the sellout, so they weren't able to close that. Clear that, and that didn't work out. Gooft now once again looking to challenge early. He does catch almost someone. I think that was a Gemini clone, fortunately, for whoever was jumping in. Catches the drone and he's going to fall back now. Certainly, they're going to know about his position, and they need to be careful. Gooft has done so much damage from the same position, but with Squirrel supporting as well from that triple wall, it's going to be very, very difficult for selloutS to push him out. They've got all this pressure in this single point, and that makes easy pickings for Swinister. Kai, the first to fall here. They've pushed up early. Christian finds Squirrels, but Gooft is on the prowl. Takes out Beans, but a second from Ross. Distance, however, does manage to find Chris. Means it's just Darren and Ross all over again. 2 versus 3. We've been in this situation before, but it's much, much earlier. Barely a minute has passed, and already it's just basically one player left alone. It's going to be up to Darren all over again. Distance still going to try and challenge, looking for more damage. And he knows, of course, if he gets hit, he can just go back to start and heal up. So I'm not surprised that he's choosing to play like this. They do need to be careful, though, because it is just a single headshot, which can end his life. And there you have it. A headshot indeed. Distance falls. It's a 2v2 now. But with Ross on low health, it's a very shaky proposition
Bomb located
for
by
any
attackers.
team. Rico looking for a bit of a... to be a bit of a gentleman, looking to heal Darren. It doesn't quite find him. Really, Ross should have been the correct target for that. That grenade coming up from above, looking to clear out that wall denial. But the shield from behind it, Peepo will find one, but Rico does get taken down. But Peepo on full health closes things out once again from this top main position. He's able to hold on to the round, and it's the same person, Darren, once again, right at the end. It's another round here for Swinister, and that's 4 rounds unanswered by selloutS.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Back to the second floor trophy and statuary site. Nothing too spectacular to talk about here. So far though, I want to talk about the mute jammers. They have been doing so much damage against selloutS. They have been very information reliant, and Rico has been able to deny them over and over again. Rico, or whoever the mute is, has been able to stop so much of that. It's really slowed down selloutS, and you can see it. They're forced at the end to play without information, and that's always into the crossfires that Swinister have already set up. Add to this, of course, Gooft on the robe, and selloutS are never really quite able to pin down where Gooft has gotten to, and you don't want to be in that situation where you don't know where someone like Goofed is. Certainly distance has been helping out as well. Not so much this game. He has had a little bit of a quieter one, but Squirrels has been the backup for that. He's got the shotgun and the smoke canisters this time to work with. And he's going to be playing from that triple wall, slowing down the closet approach. It's early progress. Ross Baylor already in. Distance takes a ton of damage, but Kai will be the first to fall from Squirrels. Darren knows there's someone behind in Astro, but this is still a dangerous position.
Loading new mag.
Rico finds Christian on the flank from that square area. Now the attack very much has stalled out. Darren finds one, but Squirrel's able to push all the way up and find his second. And very quickly, a minute 50, and we're already back to 2 players remaining. It's Darren once again, and this time it will be Beans. Darren has been able to find a lot of damage. He finds a second now, and he drops it all the way back to a 2v2. Now, mind you, there's still a lot of territory to take. They need to get through all of this triple wall, but this direct approach seems to have worked out. They just hit the site. They didn't give time for the roamers to move around. But still, it's a difficult proposition. The only thing that is saving them right now is Darren. Darren has been on a heater, and if it weren't for him, this would have been over much, much sooner. Hippo's position has been given away, but she's choosing to fall back. She does go up Astro's stairs, may actually catch Beans off guard. She's going to go up these Astro stairs. Beans actually watching for that kill. Looks away at just the wrong time. This is unfortunate. But swings back around and does actually find her. It's all up to Distance now. He's on low HP. Darren goes for the plant with Beans to cover. Distance looking for that long angle, but he does actually find Bliss. Darren gets off the plant. Is taken out by Darren. I thought it was over. But Darren once again, from the depths, able to clutch this out. Say what you will, Swinister are playing very dominantly, but UTS have managed 2 successful clutches. The first one was Beans in a 1v5 ace clutch, and the second one was very, very precarious as well. So sellout's certainly still packing a punch. Swinister know they can't give anything away for free. I think they've done their mucking around for now. They've done the mirror window thing. So now they're going to have to go back to playing seriously, because sellouts can still win this. Swinister make a return to the second floor trophy statuary site. Once again, similar lineup. Oh no, sorry. Significant change up here. Distance going on to that Thunderbird, looking to be that roamer this time. And Squirrels again on the pulse. It worked out very, very well the first time. I am surprised now that you bring it back up that they didn't have it a second time. They can make their way in from this basement area, but Goof and Squirrels are well aware of this plan. Distance does take a hammering from the windows. He does fall back. He's looking for those Kona stations to heal himself back up. Once again, information, as we can see, is being thwarted by those beat jammers, and Ross will be thwarted by Squirrels from below. He's got all the information in the world at the moment. He can see all these players, but he does get taken out by Chris. A beautiful shot through that soft wall does deny a significant amount of information. That is a huge pick. He was going to threaten to do so much damage, but now at least they can worry less about C4s. Mind you, there's still 2 of them on the board, but at least it won't be as accurate. Bruce has actually jumped in and not seen that bedroom player. Rico looking for the kill with the shotgun, gets Garen, and a second onto Beans. It will be Chris to finally close things out. It's back to a 2v2 now, but will it be enough? Again and again, sellouts have been punished for their lack of information. Will this cost them again this round? They've got 2 players remaining. They can still do this, but they are on low health. Peepo and Distance both on full health and with a lot of firepower to bring to bear. Chris now waiting for this push. He does have to go for the fight, and Peepo ends up winning that. Swinburne now. They lost a single round in that momentum, but they've brought it back now. 5-1. They finish off this half as they go on to attack.
Attackers need to locate
Very
and defuse
dominant
as many
showing
bombs
from
as they can.
Swinister. We did see a really nice round come out from sellouts, and of course the first round was fairly close as well. But so far this show has all been about Swinister, showing us very well why they were second placed runner-ups last year. And of course, they made it to the upper bracket finals. We saw them play last week, and they lost to RMI team. What was actually a very close game. So now sellouts have their work cut out for them. They face a 4-round deficit against Swinister, and Swinister don't show any signs of slowing down.
5 seconds to insertion.
Let them come.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Approach is going to be from the master bedroom side. A very common way pushing in. No roam presence actually or trophy or statuary presence in fact to hold onto this. Oh, actually no, sorry, I spoke too soon. There is one player. Beans will fall back, and Ross able to find the pre-place C4. He's going to go for seconds now, pushing up these Astro stairs, but he will be slowed down a little bit by the scan. However, he finds Goofed as well, looking for a third. Squirrels at least finds one, but Ross is there to clean up. Things have suddenly fallen apart for Swinister.
Drop the diffuser.
Every team has had difficulty getting into this site, into this map. Squirrels now will be the last one, but Ross finds his 4th. Certainly, he can take a lot of damage. He's been the opening kill a lot of the times, but he can also dish it back. Swinburne stumbling slightly here. I'm not actually sure what the time on that round was, but it felt to me very, very quickly. Swinburne barely got a foot into the map. They got into the master bedroom and they got into the bathroom, and that was it. Sellouts held onto it very, very well. They invested a lot of presence there, and they read into the aggression from Swinister very well. Of course, it means Swinister are going to be even more careful this time, and I don't think we'll see such one-sided rounds again, lest it be the other way around. Because Swinister have been playing very, very well. Mind you, this could just be a really, really defender-sided game. Sellouts might go on to win another 3 rounds in a row. Who knows? Yet to see. If they can repeat that same performance, then certainly it's doable. But I think Swinister will be able to learn from that and improve. I don't think it'll be exactly the same. Swinister already applying pressure onto the triple wall from the bedroom and the bathroom. I think there's going to be a player underneath who's going to clear out the utility and allow that wall to be open. Indeed, we saw two players rotating downstairs already. So, no roam presence or clear from the study side. It's going to be a direct push with the C4s from... Sorry, utility from below.
A bomb has been located.
Distance now already making his way up the Astro stairs. He's someone behind him. Chris has fallen back. He takes a lot of damage, but so does Distance. Both players slither of health, but Squirrels does actually find Chris. Distance has made it all the way up the Astro stairs. He does get that cross, but Kai finds a player there. However, he is being hammered from that bathroom window. He does have an alibi clone to provide a little bit of cover, but with the push coming up Astro stairs, I don't think he's long for this world, and indeed he isn't. Goofed able to find that kill from Astro stairs. Now Astro seeded means the push will be able to wrap around, take control of that trophy side, unless, of course, Ross has anything to say about it. He finds two drones, a drone, sorry, and an edge at a second, but will he be able to get the kill? Not quite. Squirrels is there to hold on to things. There's two players remaining, both separated off site. One kill onto other could mean things. And Goof forces being out of position, and now it's up to Rico to get the plant. Ross goes to the C4, but Goof is there to catch him. And with that, Swinister now on match point. That previous round was but a speed bump for Swinister. Bit of a timeout coming out here, and I think this will give time for both teams to reflect on their progress so far. Sellouts have won 2 rounds, but 2 rounds is not enough. Those 2 rounds, I think, if we look back, yes, they were... Am I missing a round? No, I'm not. Oh, there we go. Yes, okay. 2 rounds, both of them, I believe, actually, no, 1 on attack and 1 on defense.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
1 on attack, of course, was a clutch coming out from Darren, and the defensive round was off some poor communication, I think, from Swinister. Certainly, Swinister aren't too keen on making those same mistakes. They brought back that last round in very, very convincing fashion. I assume that is the type of Swinister that is here to stay. That is the type of Swinister they're going to have to be if they want to take out RMIT Black next week. If, sorry, they make it to the playoffs. Sellouts, they still have a slither of hope.
10 seconds left.
A sliver of hope, sorry, 4 rounds to go to make it to overtime, and then from there anything's possible, but if not, they will have to settle for 3rd place. Mind you, 3rd place gets $200 split between the teams, so you're going to want to get the big dollary dues instead, but it is still at least a 3rd place title, and it's higher than any Sydney team has been for a while, so I'm still proud of that. I'm still proud of my UTS boys, but, you know, you would like to see them get to the grand finals.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Daryl from IT having a heater of a game though, 12-6 at the moment, even with dodgy internet, so well done to him. Very aggressive position here from Chris in the bathroom, elevated up to look for a potential headshot on anyone unfortunately opening up the window. But so far, none have shown their head. Swinister content to pressure from these bedroom windows.
Bomb located by attackers.
Activating shock drone!
Squirrels does get caught out. Ross looking for the 2nd kill, but he can't find where Distance is. He might be looking the wrong way. Both of them looking for those kills. He does look the wrong way, gets taken down. With that, things even out. If he had been able to find Distance there, then things could have been different. Would have been huge. Without being able to clear from below, the C4 could have come up, the wall would have stayed shut, but now it is not to be. Distance able to push up Astro stairs as well and pressure these players remaining on site. Rico takes a lot of damage from that shield player on triple. Chris finds Rico as well. The Capital won't be able to flush him out of position. A second as well as he comes up those Astro stairs. That position has now been forfeited. Distance though, looking for that player now. He's on the hunt. Will Chris be able to survive? He needs to rotate out back into a safe spot. Proximity alarm does save his life, gives Distance's position away. And now it's 2 players remaining, Peepo and Distance here. 4 players. They have to find 4 players here to win this out. Mind you though, we've seen both these teams do come back from worse, so never mind. If Darren does that, it's going to be difficult for Peepo. 4 players here. Gaines has done it. Will Peepo be the second to find that 1v4 clutch? Position given away once again. Kind of stuck now. Going to be pressured from both sides, and with 20 seconds, there really is not much time. This is quite a different situation. She has to go for the push down. Goes for the commit. Swing comes around from Kai and will find that kill. Peepo does fall. And Swinister drop another round. UTS go on to fight another day. Make our return to the primary site, the tertiary site, AEL Games of course, and let's take a brief look at the history. So let's have won that on defense. Exactly 1 time. Yeah, that was their very first defensive round where they were able to cut down Swinister filing into that bedroom area. But I don't think it's going to work a second time. Swinister are not the type of people who make the same mistakes over and over again. They have shown us that they can adapt. So has selloUTS, mind you. They have certainly figured out how to read into Swinister at times, but not quite enough.
5 seconds left before insertion.
After all, Swinister still on match point at the moment. selloUTS 3 rounds behind. If they can once again find some opening picks, things could certainly change, but they've taken the first step, mind you. They have. They got 1 round back and they've closed that distance. 4 rounds to 3. There's still a long way to go. Entry from this master bedroom side once again. I think they're going to be aware of the presence that was placed there last time, and certainly they are taking more time to drone everything out. They've got the square player to cut off, but there isn't actually anyone to find this time. So it's going to be about a minute that gets wasted here on that trophy side, but that's not actually that much time. It does give Swinister a lot of time to pressure the site.
My turn! Readying impact!
Distance does take a bit of damage, but for his troubles he finds the AV shield, which is very, very important here. Goof, however, is felled by a C4. Distance pushes up and finds 2. He's already in sight. He does get taken, almost get taken out by the elevated position, but he is still alive. Kai finds Peepo, but it's all up to Chris now. Here's the 1 remaining player. He downs Distance. The damage has been done, but the diffuser is off site. Can Chris clutch this up? It's a 1v2. Rico and Squirrel stand in his way. He's taken the elevated position. He's got that same spot. Chris does go for the smoke. Rico with the diffuser now, going for that plant. He rushes in close. Chris goes for that smoke canister. Doesn't quite catch Rico now, and he is forced to come around. He does find 1 now. He knows there's a second in the vault somewhere. But the plan is down. He's got 40 seconds to make this work. It's a 1v1. Squirrel's 11 and 7. Chris 7 and 7 at this moment. Smoke grenades goes out, forces him out of the way, but he's looking the wrong way. Squirrels wins that gunfight, and with that, Swinister take the series 2-0. Villa falls 7-3, and Swinister move on to the grand finals. Very, very well played from both teams. But ultimately, it will be Swinister who comes out on top of all of that. And with that, as we mentioned, UTS, they will finish this season in 3rd place. They walk away with $200 and at least bragging rights that they're better than, the other however many teams. Everyone else who came 4th or lower. So, there is that. But unfortunately, it is goodbye to UTS selloUTS. I'm still proud of you for making it all the way to the end of the lower bracket finals. We haven't had a Sydney team here for quite a while. But Swinister once again booked their ticket to the grand finals. They faced RMIT Black last week where they lost. Will they be able to win it for reals next week in the grand finals? Mind you, we're setting up for a repeat of last season, of season 1 in 2022, where RMIT Black and Swinister did face off. And RMIT Black did end up winning that. So Swinister are out for revenge, and can RMIT Black make it 2 for 2? That, of course, will all be down to next week, so make sure to tune in then. But before we go, again, a big thank you to our sponsors, RIG, what it takes to win. RIG developed headsets delivering superior audio for competitive gamers and streamers at all levels. Join the RIG team and enhance your gaming experience. And of course, if you want to catch more of AEL, make sure to check out our social platforms. If you want to find out about the AEL or upcoming events and live streams, check out AU Esports League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And of course, we've also got our Twitch channels. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/AEL Uni and twitch.tv/AEL Uni 2. So we've got 2 channels, so make sure to check that out. But that is it for tonight. It has been 2 amazing, amazing maps. We do see Swinister take the victory and go up against RMIT Black next week. So make sure to tune in, same place, same time next week, 8 p.m, to see who walks away with the grand prize. But until then, this has been Spudoom. Nuttery has been your observer and producer, and we will see you next week. Good night.
I live my life on the run. I say I'm not giving up. I may be living alone, but I still believe in love. In a similar way, I feel I'm losing my conscience. Traveling for days without my knowledge of privacy.